Hi friends, it's Sarah from Maine Snap Ed, and I am back again today with another healthy food lesson for you. If you remember the last video that I made for you, we talked all about squash. We talked about pumpkins, acorn squash, butternut squash. If you remember, we cut them open and we looked at the seeds inside. Now, I know that I am not in the room with you, but I want you to think about whether or not you were able to taste any squash. Did you have any pumpkin or butternut squash or acorn squash or spaghetti squash? And if you did, I want you to try to remember what it tasted like. Did you like it? Did you think it was tasty? Or maybe it wasn't your favorite? And if you didn't have a chance to try the squash, maybe you can imagine what the squash tasted like. Maybe you can close your eyes and remember those pictures that I showed you of the squash, and you can try to remember what they looked like. And today, friends, we are going to talk about a new vegetable. And this vegetable comes from the roots of the plant. Does anybody know what the roots of a plant are? Very good. The roots of the plant are the part of the plant that's underneath the dirt, right? They're the part that's in the soil. And the roots suck up all of the nutrients and the water from the soil that the plant needs to grow and to live. So the vegetable that we are going to be talking about today actually is part of the root. So when you're eating this vegetable, you're actually eating the root of a plant. Isn't that cool? All right, let's find out a little bit more about our vegetable. Now, friends, before I reveal our surprise vegetable for today, I want us to do a quick review of this right here. Does anybody remember what this is called? Very good. This is My Plate. And My Plate has all of the 5 different food groups that our bodies need every day to help us feel healthy, to give us energy, so that we can grow to be big and strong. And the last video that you saw that I made, we were talking about this group, the fruits, right? Those squash, they are actually from the fruit group. And a couple months back, when we were talking about apples and pears, those were from the fruit group too. Today, we're talking about this group, the vegetable group. And the vegetable we're going to try comes from this group. And if you remember, we also talked about broccoli and cauliflower, and those were vegetables too. Now, these other groups over here, these are also really important for our bodies. Grains like bread and pasta and rice helps to give our bodies energy so that we can play, so we can run, so we can learn in school. So important for our bodies. And then protein. Protein is what makes our muscles. Can you all give me a big flex to your muscles? I want to see how strong you are. So strong. And eating protein foods like chicken and eggs and beans and nuts like peanuts and almonds, all of that helps our bodies to grow muscles and to keep us healthy. And then we have dairy, things like milk and cheese and yogurt. That's what helps keep our bones strong and healthy. So all of these food groups are so important. And remember, today we're going to talk about vegetables again. All right, friends, now remember, I said the vegetable that we are going to try today comes from the root of a plant. So I have the vegetables hidden behind my back right now. I'm gonna pull them out and I want you to take a look, and I wanna see if you can guess what these vegetables are, because I bet a lot of you have seen them before. So let's see. Does anybody know what these vegetables are? Very good. These are called sweet potatoes. I know I can't see you, but how about everybody raise their hand if they've ever had a sweet potato? Are there a lot of hands raised? Very good. Now, sweet potatoes are one of my favorite vegetables. I like to eat them in so many different ways. You can cook them up and you can mash them just like mashed potatoes. One of my favorite ways to make them is to cut them into French fries, and I bake them in the oven, and they're crunchy and sweet and delicious. All right, so I just cut these sweet potatoes open so we can take a close look at the inside. And before I show you, I want you to take a guess. What color do you think sweet potatoes are on the inside? Do you think they're white? Do you think they're brown, like their skin? What color do you think there are on the inside? Think about it, and I'm gonna show you the inside right now. Ready? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that bright orange color. So sweet potatoes, they kind of have a brown skin on the outside, but when you cut them open, they're this gorgeous orange color. And did you know that a lot of orange fruits and vegetables have a lot of a vitamin called vitamin A? And friends, vitamin A is that vitamin that helps us to have really good eyesight so we can see really far, so we can see in the dark. So I want you all to put on your super goggles. You all just ate a bunch of sweet potatoes, and so now you have your super goggles on because you can see so well. And another thing that sweet potatoes have is that healthy vitamin C. And if you remember, vitamin C is our protective shield that protects our bodies from germs. It helps to heal our cuts and scrapes. So sweet potatoes are delicious and they're so healthy for our bodies. So friends, we just talked all about sweet potatoes. We learned they come from the root of a plant, the part that grows under the ground. We took a look inside and saw that they have a bright orange color on the inside. We talked about them being full of vitamins like vitamin A, which is good for our eyes, and vitamin C, which helps protect us from germs. And I want you to think about whether or not there might be any other vegetables that you eat that come from the root of a plant. Remember, the root is the part that grows under the ground. Do you think you eat any other vegetables that come from under the ground? Let's see. I can think of a few. When I went to the grocery store last time, I took some videos of some different root vegetables. So let's take a look at those. And here are some different types of potatoes. We talked about sweet potatoes and how they're a root vegetable, but there's also other types of potatoes, and all potatoes grow under the ground and come from the root. Here we have some different root vegetables. We have beets. Has anybody ever had a beet before? This purpley brown part is the part that grows under the ground, the root. And we eat that part. And when you cut it open, it's a bright purple red color on the inside. They're super beautiful. And then we have carrots. I bet a lot of you have eaten carrots before. Did you know that the carrot is actually the root of the plant? The orange part of the carrot was once growing underground. And then we have radishes. Has anybody ever had a radish before? I think radishes are super tasty. They're almost a little peppery, a little spicy. And these red parts are the roots that grow under the ground. All right, everybody, you know that I always like to do some physical activity, right? Some exercise. We talked about healthy foods, but I always think it's important to move our bodies too. So in this bucket here, I have some different popsicle sticks. If you ever saw me come to your school, you might remember these popsicle sticks. I used to bring them to your classroom sometimes. But today, since I'm alone at home, I'm just gonna pick the popsicle sticks. So I'm gonna reach in, I'm gonna close my eyes because I wanna be surprised, and I'm gonna pick out a popsicle stick. And on each popsicle stick, there's a different physical activity that we can do with our bodies. So does anybody know what this one says? This one says neck rolls. So we're gonna roll our necks. This is gonna feel really nice for our necks. So let's do 5 neck rolls like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? Let's go the other direction. We can even it out. So the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Now let's see, I'm gonna pick a couple more. What's this one? Ooh, this one's a good one. This one says balance on your left leg. So we're gonna practice our balance. So you guys can't really see my feet, but take your left leg and put it on the ground nice and strong, and then pick up your right knee so your right foot's off the floor. And let's count to 10 seconds. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's see what we have next. Ooh, this one's a fun one. It says wiggle and shake. So this one, you can do whatever you want. Wiggle and shake your body any way you want. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna shake my hips. I'm gonna wiggle my head. All right, let's do one more, friends. Ooh, this one's a fun one. This one says to jump rope. Who likes to jump rope at recess? I love jumping rope. It's so fun. So we don't have real jump ropes today, so we're just gonna pretend. So everybody get your jump rope handles in your hands like this, and let's jump rope. Let's do 10 jump ropes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. All right, everybody feel good? Now, before we finish, I want us to do some deep breaths. That's gonna get us ready to go to the next activity. So take your hands like this, cross your fingers and put them under your chin. And I want you to take a big breath through your nose like this. And raise your elbows up, and then you're gonna breathe out and close your elbows together like this. Let's do 3 more like that, friends. Ready? Let's do the last one, and let's make this the biggest, deepest breath you've taken all day. Ready? All right, great work. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. We talked about our root vegetables like sweet potatoes and some of those other ones like carrots, radishes, and beets. We talked about all the ways that those are so healthy for our bodies. And we got our physical activity in. We got our heart pumping. We stretched our muscles. We did some deep breaths, all really important stuff. Now, next time you are going to get another video from me, and we are going to be talking about citrus fruits. Now, I'm going to keep it a surprise what citrus fruits are, but I want to see if maybe when you're home this week or maybe at school, you can ask your grown-ups, your teachers, if maybe you can try some root vegetables. So maybe you want to try a sweet potato or some carrots or a beet or a radish, and I want to know what you think about it. All right, everybody, I'll see you soon. Have a good day.